Good gravy, sweet mother of pearl. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining me today on another episode of Funboxing. We got a special band of vipers ready to cold slither their way out of these packages in just a few moments. We are talking about the 25th anniversary versions of the three original Dreadnoks. I got a single, I got a two-pack. We're going to crack them open, let them cause all the chaos they want, reunite them with their boss I got on the shelf, and we're going to have a good time. Once again, if you're watching something like this, you probably know a lot more about these G.I. Joe characters and figures than I do. So you get to watch me learn and yell at me in the comments, and we're going to have a good time. So we're going to get a little closer look before we break them open. Then we're going to have them go nuts with their accessories. They're going to go bonkers. They're gonna pillage. When the smoke is cleared, when the dust settles, when the ice melts, when the cat is out of the bag, when the train is out of the station, they're going to jump off the walls and bounce off the ceiling, if you know what I mean. And I think that you don't. Let's get a closer look at Buzzer, Ripper, and Torch.
Okie dokie there, members of the Bob community. We're taking a very close look at Buzzer. Honestly, he was always the easiest one to decipher for me because he's blonde and has a ponytail. I do have a tendency to confuse Ripper and Torch still, but hopefully once I have the figures and I mess around with them, that should go away. Right away, you can already tell this is one of these cases where it's the perfect accessory and it's just the right amount. Everything that comes with them goes with that character. You got little guns can be found anywhere, but this is what you need to know about Buzzer. He's got a chainsaw. So we're going to take a closer look at the not by Hector Garrido, but someone else did do this artwork in the style, and we do appreciate them for doing that. He looks ferocious, and I'm going to turn him around. And once again, on the back of these 25th anniversary cards, this is not the same lineup that would have been on the back of Buzzer's. Oh God, I think he's the original Dreadnoks. Yell at me in the comments. They're 85, I want to say. Zartan being 84. I think Flint's an 85er. Snake Eyes Timber an 85er. Lady J the same. 88 Storm Shadow, 86 Beachhead, 86 Serpentor, you get the idea. And these five boxes down below are one of my favorite G.I. Joe subsets you don't hear much about. The Gray Team, which is G.I. Joe A, B, C, D, and 5. So I can't wait to break those guys open on the next Funboxing. No flag points here. Oddly enough, with flag points, the only thing you couldn't buy was the flag. And we will take a look at the Buzzer file card momentarily. And we have broken Buzzer out of the package. I really hope that in the background you cannot hear my neighbors having loud intercourse. I mean, he may be having his intercourse on a pile of cash while he plays his guitar loudly later, but I bet you he'll be jealous when he finds out I have all the three Dreadnoks. So right now, take a look at at his chainsaw here. I mean, that's what he's most known for. His name is Buzzer, for goodness sake. There's his stand. Oh, this is my pet peeve. You know, they got me. Only one foot peg. That one's loose, so he's gonna have a limp in no time. You know, that drives me bananas. But I am gonna live because his face sculpt is really cool, and the shades are unusual too. I did notice on the back here he's got his peg, which is kind of covered up by the ponytail. And he has this gas can here, which has a peg on it, so I guess he'd carry his fuel on the back. Either way, you do have to move his head to put the peg in the hole there. That's what my neighbor's easy, and that kind of works, but it's very, very loose. Like, I'm willing to bet I'm a liar. It stayed in perfectly. Well, hey, you know what? We learn together. It is pretty loose in there. I'm sure if you tap it, that bad boy comes right out. But I don't think I would have him walk around with his gas can as a backpack anyway. And if he does have it on his back, he can't look straight ahead. But very cool face sculpt here. And I'm already enjoying Buzzer. Let's waste no more time and take a look at his file card, because we got some more Dreadnoks to get to. Our Dreadnok, his codename is Buzzer, we know that. File name Dick Blinken. Hey, blink and you miss him. Jokes. He was born in Cambridge, England. See, most people think all the Dreadnoks are Australian. I guess that is not true. Let's take a read. Buzzer was an extreme left-wing... hey, let's talk. Buzzer was an extreme left-wing Cambridge sociology don who went to Australia to research the biker gang phenomenon, only to be charged into the very object of his research. Hey, like Donnie Bravo. Years of intellectual displeasure and extreme indignation at society's two-faced morality manifested in the intense desire to chainsaw apart the expensive gewgaws, Oh, goodness. Of technological society. Oh, okay. So this guy went to study what he thought would be a more crude form of life, and he ended up embracing it, or it embraced him. Specialty in MO, modus operandi, for those who do not take Latin. A scavenger of the swamps, Buzzer can cut through steel, wrought iron, and any metal, except armor plate, with his diamond-toothed chainsaw. Oh my goodness. Oh, it does say modus operandi. See, I'll just make everything up. Well, that's very cool. To my knowledge, he's the only Dreadnought that has a more intellectual past, and it does give an edge to the character that there's going to be an extra bit of a brain behind the chaos, which only makes the Dreadnoks more dangerous, and you wouldn't know it right away. So, makes a lot of sense. Right, so I'm very happy with Buzzer. I'm only really nitpicking about the foot stand and the can, but this is one of those things where the parts are only as good as the sum. You need all of them. So let's take a look at our comic 2-pack. Okay, here's the comic 2-pack of Ripper and Torch. My neighbors downstairs are finished, but we are not, because we have 2 Dreadnoks to go. Um, Forgive me. There is a comic book inside. I do read these at least once, and I get a kick out of them. We'll take a look at what's going on in the back for those. In Darkness. These are all written by Larry Hama, I believe. Yeah, it says so somewhere. We'll find it. So there is a story on the back, and it looks like they're taking apart a Sky Striker in an old version of a comic and kind of a redrawn issue of a comic as well. There's all 3 of these bad boys. An exclusive mail-in for Doc, which expired 12 years ago. Let's get the Dreadnoks out. Here is Ripper and Torch out of the package. That was a chore. If these guys are wrapped up in any more plastic, they would be doing the moonwalk. But let's take a look at one at a time. Here's Ripper. Both these guys are a bit loose in the joints and all that good stuff. Thankfully, I'm looking to get away from stop motion and maybe do a little more Dio story picture type of thing, so it may not be too big a deal. Again, he's already fallen off. There's those single pegged foot stands that I love. I have no clue what this weapon is right here. It's like a jackhammer, but I don't know who uses it or how. But the ninja is a weapon. Storm Shadow, knock it off. We're talking about the Dreadnoks. Ripper, here is his Ripper thingy. A little tough to get that in his hand. I guess I went with the hand that has a glove on it for safety. I love the red shades. I love the mohawk that needs to be tuned up, but he didn't quite get it through. There is a backpack, I guess, with some kind of another fuel and whatnot. It does make him lean backwards a little bit. But hey, Ripper's alright. I'm going to put him over here with Buzzer. You guys understand. I think the 25th anniversary Joes were meant to be never taken out of the package sometimes. This is a special guy. This is Torch. And right away, one of the things I love about Torch is that with a facial hair design reminds me a lot of Lemmy from Motorhead. It's all about the game, and how you play it. It's all about controlling if you can take it. I am the game, I like bacon. Okay, enough of that. Okay, one more. Look over your shoulder, get ready to run. I used to wrestle the smoking guns. All right, Luke and Jay hopefully will think that is funny. Here is his torch weapon. It's a flamethrower, if you will, torch weapon. There you go. This tube back here is supposed to twist and connect into his big fuel backpack dealy. I can't get that to save my life, but I like they added the green color too, just to change things up a little bit. Give it a little spice. It's actually a shame that they make this a backpack style, because if you look on his back here, yeah, no, that's on the floor now, but there you go. He's got this really cool biker jacket that says Melbourne Maulers, and I think that's absolutely tremendous that he's got this leather jacket with the chains and whatnot on it. So he is very, very bikerish and very motorheadish, and I absolutely love the 3 of these guys together. Let's do some file card action. File name, Tom Winkin. Oh, now you're kidding me. They all rhyme. Okie dokie. Well, he better not be winking at you in a bar, okay? Bring a friend. Birthplace, Botany Bay, New South Wales, Australia. Dreadnought Torch. Oh, forgive me. Copyright. He was remanded to Barstall, a reform school, at age 14. He escaped and went to sea in the Merchant Marine, where he learned the use of the cutting torch. He is an unrepentant thug whose penchant for sudden and unexpected violence is matched only by the utter depth of his stupidity. Okie dokie. See, now we're talking. Specialty and MO, we covered that already. Works with oxacidylene torch. Oh, freak you. Why would you do that to me? As a general cutter, mostly on remodeling stolen cars and occasional safe cracking. Scavenges the swamps for fun and profit. Okay, so he's a bad dude. He's a thug. He's a henchman. He's a lackey all the way. Take a look at Dreadnok Ripper over here. File name Nod Harry. Okay, Harry Nod. Let's leave that alone. Grim Cape, Tasmania. There are devils in Tasmania, and Dreadnought Ripper is probably the meanest of them all. He was expelled from nursery school for extorting candy from his schoolmates. Yeah, how do you get expelled from this? And spent most of his adult life in various correctional institutions. He is a professional criminal motivated by greed and a malignant dislike for the niceties of civilization, except for motorcycles. Specialty in MO, edged weapons and cutting tools, Ripper, is known throughout the swamps for using his blade like a cross between a firefighter's axe and a can opener to unlock gates and crack safes. And open cans. Let's take a look. This is the comic book it comes with, and this is the picture we took a look at earlier. It's a modern day redrawn picture with yeah, there they are. All three of these original guys look to be taken apart. A Sky Striker, and there's the 83 hindquarters that some of you have seen in my stories. Don't get too used to it because it's gone through two stories, and I think some thugs are about to take it apart. They do like a mock PSA commercial on the back of this thing, which is really funny. But Roadblock looks like he's going to help put out a kid's fire. But instead, he just wants to sell him a Flint action figure. And I've seen the price of Flint action figures for the 25th anniversary on Amazon, so setting your own house on fire and collecting the insurance would be the easiest way to get enough money to get a Flint action figure right now.
Everybody, action! We're cold Slither, you'll be joining us soon. A band of vipers playing our tune. With an iron fist and a reptile's hiss, we shall rule. What is that idiot doing? We've heard it before. We're not gonna play the game no more. Now tell us what's right. They are animals. Too late to resist, 'cause Cobra is strong. Oh my goodness, we're going way over budget. Barbarians! No, no, no! Cut